All right, now let's move to the next step of the conversation. We just built a lot of rapport with them by talking about the condition of the property and letting them kind of drop a few nuggets. Now, at this point of the conversation, you should already have a pretty good understanding of what actually is going on with this property because we talked about, hey, is it listed? If it's not listed, why would you not want to list it? How soon are you looking to sell? Are you in a hurry or are you not in a hurry? Also, the condition of the property. What are we looking at here? Is it a nice home? Is it okay? Is it ugly? Is there a lot of repairs? Tell me about those repairs. How long has that been going on? Now we're down to the next question, and this starts getting in and peeling back the layers for their true motivation. So we already have a lot of nuggets. Now, as we ask this question, if it's already been answered in the conversation above, and now we come down to this point in the conversation, don't re-ask it. Instead, confirm and verify. Hey, Steve, earlier you mentioned that, it is rented. By chance, how long have y'all had it as a rental? Has it been a long time? Oh yeah, 2, 3 years. It's been that long, no issues. Oh, okay, awesome. So sounds like y'all got a great tenant in it. I'm just curious, why not just continue renting it, right? And that's it. So you're asking the motivation without directly asking, hey, why are you looking to sell? Because they drop these nuggets and you built a storyline. And that's essentially what we're doing. So when I said that your primary duty and primary job title is actually to listen, that's what I mean by that. You need to listen more, talk less, but you have to ask very good questions, right? So if 90% of your job title is to listen, that other remaining 10% is to ask really, really good questions. And if you ask really, really good questions, this is going to be a breeze for you. I promise you. So let's just talk about how to ask this question if you have no clue what's happened so far and you don't know the occupancy status or anything about that, right? So you're having a conversation, you talk about the condition, you can just ask them, hey, when you mention, I got a great understanding of like what the house looks like. You're painting a really good picture for me, Steve. I appreciate that. By chance, is this y'all's primary residence or is it something else? No, it's vacant. Oh, it's vacant. Wow. Okay. Vacant. Is that recent? Recently vacant? And now we're asking a timeline about how long they've had that pain because a vacant property is a pain point. A rental, it can be a pain point, but it could also be a positive. Primary residence could be a pain point, could also be a positive. Having a property vacant is always costing them money because they have something that they have to pay for every month. And if they're not paying mortgages and things like that, they're still paying taxes, utility bills, etc. So it's still a pain point. We just don't really know if it's their pain point. So we have to uncover this. Never assume that just because they say the property is vacant, that it is a bad thing. Because even though most cases it would be a bad thing, some people are okay with having the house vacant. You never assume that we know and understand their situation. So let's just go ahead and change that little mind shift right there. Even if they tell us something that is clear as day, we're still going to ask them to clarify that. And this is called probe and clarify. Hey Steve, when you mentioned that it's been vacant, it's recent, it sounds like that's just in last couple of months. What was it before it became vacant? Was it a rental by chance? Oh yeah, it was rental. We had it rented out for a couple of years, and everything's good on it. Rent, I know you want to know about the rent. We was renting it for $600 a month and everything. Yeah, great. Oh, awesome, Steve. So several years at 600. Sounds like y'all was making pretty decent money on the property. I'm just curious, why don't you just continue to rent it out? Is that not something y'all want to do anymore? Oh no, we're looking to downsize. We're looking to do this, right? And you just start to probe and clarify all of these questions, and that's actually pulling out their motivation without directly asking, hey, why are you looking to sell, right? If you have to come out and you say, why are you looking to sell? Without a framework before, did you really do your job? You gotta ask yourself that. Occupancy status, there's 3 different types. You can click on this button, it comes down owner. That means it's my primary residence, the tenant. This means that I have somebody else that's not me living in the property. They may be paying me, they may not be paying me, but somebody else is living in the property. Vacant. This property has no human beings in the property whatsoever. It is vacant. All right. And then motivation Again, I just want to really emphasize talking about the occupancy and uncovering how long and why would they not want to continue. That's going to pull in the motivation, and you're going to be really able to paint a picture for yourself. And also, again, you're continuing to paint that picture for the seller because they're having to restate it.